Hi everyone and welcome back to On the Road with Iona. I'm so pleased to bring this video to you today. It's a training video. You know, sometimes I've done on the channel these little drills, tips and tricks that truly have helped me in a profound way when I was learning golf. And of course, the good thing for you, and I hope you find this, is I made a lot of mistakes when I was learning my golf and through the journey. And yes, I had this amazing experience of going from just starting playing golf to becoming a professional, playing off +4 as an amateur and then turning professional in a very short space of time. But on that journey, I did actually make some seriously big mistakes in how I approached the game. Things I wish I knew, what I know now, I knew then, because I would do things differently. But the good news for you is you get to benefit from these mistakes. And actually, we're all still learning, aren't we? I'm still learning, probably still going to make mistakes. But on that journey, there were certain things I remember that were just like these eureka, oh my gosh, I wish someone had told me that sooner. That's what I'm trying to share with you through these little videos. And I've got another one for you today that was just a game changer, just an absolute game changer for me in my golf. And the reason it was so important is when you're learning golf, I think it's just so hard to understand and get the brain to comprehend how you get something on the ground to go in that direction. When all our life, we've played sports where the ball is more like up here in this direction, whether that's tennis, whether that's squash, or whether you're just throwing something from A to B, everything's kind of up here. So you've kind of got this concept of space and this proprioceptive awareness in this area of the world. Suddenly when the ball's on the ground, things become a little bit more confusing and you think, everyone's telling me to go around my body, but your brain just wants to go up and down and like chop across the ball. So this is a drill that helps with that feeling of around. And it's applicable to iron swinging. I'd say it's most effective with the driver, and I'm going to get onto that in a minute. But I'm going to start with just a standard pitching wedge. And I'm going to suggest that when you start this drill, you put it on a tee. So you put it in the ground, just off the ground, just to make things a little bit easier. And if you just come around to the front, it's probably best to see what I'm doing with my feet, because a lot of people refer to this drill as the feet together drill. It's as old as time. This drill has been used by some of the best golf coaches, John Jacobs, Jim McLean, Butch Harmon. This is a great drill that many coaches use, and even on the DP World Tour, the PGA Tour, you will see the top professionals sometimes just coming back to this drill. Rather than taking my standard setup for my pitching wedge, which would be about there, I'm just going to bring my feet together and I'm going to clip balls off this tee. Just going to bring the club in behind with my pitching wedge, and rather than having my feet wide where I've experienced lateral movement, I'm just going to pull my feet in so they're much closer together, and I'm going to play. Just clip the ball off the tee. I'm not feeling like I'm trying to hit this ball. I'm just simply letting the club come around my body. Feet together basically switches the body out of it. So it's becoming more of an arm swing. People get hung up about this feeling of the body and the driving and the doing it and the X factor. Okay, it's all very exciting. But actually, when it comes down to it, you play most of your golf with your arms. And since I've become more of an arm swinger, I honestly think I've become a much better golfer just by quietening down my body. And amazingly, the sequencing of my body and how my body moves through the golf swing has improved just naturally, by thinking more about how you would throw something. If you're going to throw something from A to B, you don't think about your legs. You think about your arm. You think about your arms throwing, and the rest of the body just kind of knows what to do. My feet are together. You can put them completely together if you really want to challenge yourself, but you can also just have them just a couple of club heads apart. And from there, I'm just really just letting the club swing around my body. And goodness me, is that a good feeling? That is just effortless power coming from a simple body rotation. If you're a player that struggles with lateral movement in the golf swing, so you set up to and you find yourself swaying off and the centre of gravity's moved over here and now you're swaying back, this could be a really helpful drill. Also, if you're a player that feels you cast the club over the top and you get back and you move like this is this feeling of a round. So when the tee is there and my feet are together, the club is just swinging around my body. So that's with the pitching wedge. The beauty of this drill is you can do it with any club, pitching wedge, 7-iron. I'm going to now get my driver out and I'm going to explain how to do it with the driver, because this is where the real good stuff begins. The big dog, the driver. Fantastic to get the driver out and do this drill as well. Same thing applies. If you just come round to the front, this is all about trying to get that feeling of around the body when we hit the driver. And I remember people used to say that to me and I was like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how around feels. What are you talking about? Because all I could think about was up and down. When you've got something down there, you're thinking up and down rather than around. And this drill was just this real penny drop moment for me. And also when I was on the golf course, rather than doing a standard practice swing, now you probably notice I don't really practice swing at all, but I used to bring the club up to here and just do one swing like that. And then I would come down, and that was all to do with trying to understand and create this feeling of around. So let me talk you through the drill and how we can use it with the driver as well. So you can see the ball is on a standard tee. Now, rather than setting up traditionally, sometimes you can struggle with this lateral movement and this feeling of, I'm not really sure how the arms connect to the body. We bring the stance much, much closer together. And I'm simply going to turn and just clip the ball off the tee. I honestly wish I could hit it like that all the time. It goes so much further than you think it's going to go. So from down the line, again, rather than taking my standard setup with the driver, I'm just going to bring my feet much closer together, and that is going to quieten the body and allow me to feel like the club is just swinging around. I'm just going to let the arms swing back, click the ball off the tee, beautiful little soft draw. And this is particularly good for those players, like we say, who do struggle with that casting over the top, because we're getting that feeling of being on plane, being around the body. And it becomes difficult, of course, when the ball is on a tee, because the more the ball goes down, the more you want to go up. If you had a tee that was like up here, it would be very natural to swing around the body. The challenge is when the ball is down there, how do we still keep that feeling of around? And this is a drill that in my journey in golf, in my career, I was like, aha, that's how you feel around. Okay, let me work on that. So again, that's why I'm bringing it to you today, in the hope that this really, really helps. If you're going to go down to the practice range or the driving range, luckily here today we're at the most beautiful driving range of them all in Slovenia at Royal Bled, I'd suggest structuring your practice like this. Structure in practice is really important so that you actually leave the driving range feeling like I've done some work today and I can reward myself now in whatever way that might be. Me, it's often with a coffee, but maybe something stronger. So what I'm going to do is you're going to get a pile of 5 balls, and I'm going to ask you to do this feel drill 5 times. So I'm going to clip this ball with my driver, with my feet together, 5 times. Once I've worked my way through that 5 practice balls, I'm going to have 1 match ball. So let's just pretend all 5 of these have been hit. Now this is my match ball, this is the ball that counts. And I'm going to set the ball on this tee. No training aid, hickory stick goes away. I'm going to pick a target. I'm going to go down to that yellow flag, and I'm going to feel the same thing, but in my full swing now. So I'm coming back to a wide stance, and I'm going to feel the exact same feeling of around. Of course, I'm not suggesting you play like this out on the golf course. This is just a drill where you pull your feet together, taking out the body, and you're letting the club swing around with the arms. It is such a helpful drill that I wish someone had shared with me sooner. I really hope it helps you with your golf. Any questions, leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks again, guys, for all the support so far on the channel with On the Road with Iona. It's been such an exciting journey. We couldn't do it without you, and we really ask, if you have been enjoying these videos, just click that subscribe button. It doesn't take you a second, it's totally free, and it makes a huge, huge difference to the content that we can bring to you. Thank you.